Hey, what's up, guys? What's going on? Tito with Aloha Android. How are you guys doing today? So today is that day. This is the review of the ZTE Warp Elite. So we're just gonna jump right on into it. So don't mind me, having a good vape right now, and I got the sniffles a little bit. So there might be some awkward pauses, and that's just try not to sneeze. Or I'm taking a hit off my vapor, which my vape mod, vape pen, whatever people call it. You guys see me with it in prior videos. But anyways, diving right in, let's go about the specs really quick. This device runs 5.1.1 Lollipop right out of the box. So that's actually pretty nice. It does have the I believe it's a 1.4 or 1.2 gigahertz quad core processor. I don't remember. But it is the Snapdragon 410, which, out of all the budget devices currently today that's running different versions of, it's like Snapdragon 400 or whatever, the Snapdragon 410 seems to be the most snappiest, as this is the same chip that is running in the G Stylo and the Vault 2. And the Vault 2 is a super snappy device. So really, yeah, that's pretty awesome that this one has it. I know it's not the 810 or the 808 or the 820, but this is not a flagship device. This is a signature series from ZTE, as it is under the Warp series. So, anyways, yeah. So 2 gigs of RAM. It does have. Um, it has a 5.5-inch display. I believe the resolutions is 720 by 1280 at 294 pixels per inch. So it's a 720p display basically. I do have my case on it. So on the back, you have a 13 megapixel camera with LED flash and camcorder microphone. Down here at the bottom is the speakers, nothing else to it. On the left side behind this case is the SIM card slot. The right side on the top here is the micro SD card slot, and the volume rockers are right here. Power button in the middle. Micro USB charge port on the bottom of the microphone, and a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack. And a noise canceling mic, I believe, is up here on the top. For some reason, that is opened up right there. I don't know why. There's no microphone there, but okay. So, anyways, this device has black and gold accents to it, so that's really really nice. Let me pop it out of the case real quick so you guys can see. I like keeping it protected. Just because ZTE is notorious for one thing, and that's if you crack your screen, basically your whole screen goes out, because the screen and digitizer are one. So it's not like you could just replace the digitizer and the screen will be fine, or replace the screen and digitizer's okay. Once you crack it, it goes, and ZTE is notorious of using that style of screens. So anyways, here is the phone itself. Oh, got an alert. So you got your volume rocker right here, which is gold. Power button's gold. The top, the 3.5 millimeter headphone jack has a gold ring around it. The bottom plate of the phone is gold accent color. So that's actually pretty sweet. Snap the case back on here real quick. I hate having the sniffles. I really do. So anyways. Replying to a message real quick. Sorry, guys. So, anyways, let me go ahead and run a Geekbench for you guys right now, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about things that I like about the phone. And I'll show you guys the camera and stuff. So that's actually quite nice. So, acting weird. Anyways, let's get this open up. Got a bunch of tasks in background, so let me just close this out before I run the Geekbench. And then we'll open Geekbench. And another text coming in. Getting messages on the left and right. Okay, so here we're going to run the Geekbench right now. Let me tell you a bunch of things that I like about the device and that I don't like about the device while this is running. Okay, so couple of things that you guys should know about. One is that you have 3 capacitive buttons on the bottom. There is no on-screen keys. Some people like the on-screen keys. I don't really care for them, but the one thing I don't like about these capacitive buttons is that while it's laying flat on the table, if you were to touch them, sometimes they do not register that there is a finger touching the sensor. So you could be pushing the home button and nothing will absolutely happen. But if you pick the device up and you press the home button, it will register a touch. That is so totally weird. Because if you're like very busy, you got your phone on your desk, you're trying to go back to your home screen while doing other things, and you're tapping that home screen capacitive button, and it doesn't do anything, it's just going to really irritate the daylights out of you. So that is something that is pretty weird. Also, when you move apps to the SD card, sometimes the launcher gets a little buggy, where like if you reboot the phone, those apps that you have on your SD card that you put on your home screen will just disappear from the home screen. They'll be in your app drawer, but they won't be on your home screen. I don't know why it does that, but that is something that has happened to me several times, as I stated on Google Plus, and I haven't really been experiencing it anymore. But I've noticed it's usually been the apps that I know normally don't move to the SD card, like Meerkat and Periscope. They normally stay on your internal storage with other devices that I have, and on this phone, they're able to be moved to the SD card. Which then, when I did that, it made it start acting really buggy or whatever. So apps that you know for a fact to move to the SD card are safe to move. Those that never have before moved to an SD card, I would definitely be sketchy about it. So here we got a score of 471 single core and 1376 multi-core. Not bad at all. Pretty much almost nearly identical with the Vault 2. The Vault 2 just being a slight bit lower than the scores here on the Warp Elite. And just for the way the phone is spec'd, I mean, this is actually quite good. So you guys can see right now I'm pressing that home button and nothing's happening. The screen turned off, and it shouldn't have. What actually should have happened, I was hitting the volume button. What actually should have happened is it should have did that, which when the ring is on, it's fine. It's when it's off, sometimes you have to double press to even get a response. So that is a pain in the butt. But the cool thing about these capacitive buttons is that in settings under display, you can actually switch these two for what they normally do. So the left one is for back, and the right one usually brings up recent apps. You can switch those and make the left one for recent apps and the right one for going back. So that's actually pretty nice. Gameplay, I really don't have to demo that for you guys because it is, I do have a video on here where I was playing Sonic Dash 2, Sonic Boom series, and I was doing that with the Warp Elite and recording from screen from there. So if you guys want to see gameplay on this device, check that video out. Also, a customization of the launcher. I did a separate video for that. So if you guys want to see how you guys can, get some minor customizations of the stock launcher on this device, head over to that video and check that out. But other than that, I gotta say, like, the camera is one thing I want to focus on before I end this review. It's actually really nice. The shutter speed is really snappy. As you guys can see, there I am right there. Hey, what's up, guys? I was trying to do this review, feeling sickly and whatever. Took a selfie right there. So, but the shutter speeds on this, like taking it, with the rear camera, is quite fast. And this is not burst mode. This is just me tapping that camera button, which I'm gonna have a bunch of pictures of the Boost Max original. But yeah, the camera is actually quite nice. I don't know why I hit that, but you have different functions right there. I'll show you guys. So you got panorama, HDR, you got effects, smile, macro, and multi-exposure. So we go smile. Yeah, so just some, didn't really hit back. But other than that, yeah, effects. You got some different shots like fisheye. You got mirror, comic. So I mean, you really can play around with this camera. And another thing that's cool about this camera is that you can make GIF photos or GIF photos. You can take a bunch of pictures. You can stitch them together as a GIF, which is great if you're on Google Plus, because Google Plus does support options for GIF photos, which Facebook doesn't. So if you want to make your own, you actually can with this device. Before I end this video, size comparison. This is one thing I also find that's weird, is that the Boost Max Original and the ZTE Warp Elite are the same height. Okay, the screen size is what's different, as the Warp Elite has a bigger bezel on top, which is about that much thickness, compared to the Boost Max, which is about that much. So for me, honestly, that's another pet peeve of mine, is that if you're going to have this phone the same size as the Boost Max, it would have been nice if it was a 5.7-inch display also. I don't know why they have a big bezel up there. It might be because of the antennas. I'm not too sure. It is narrow, more narrow than the Boost Max, so that's actually great. It makes it, holding in a hand very comfortable. And the last thing I wish they would have added to this device was NFC. I really can't stress how much I want to be able to use, tap to pay when I don't want to pull out my debit card out of my wallet. Just want to be able to just go, bam, pay for it and done. You can't do that with this. And some people are like, no removable batteries. It kind of sucks. It doesn't for me because I always, double up with a power bank. If the device does not have a removable battery, might as well have a portable charging power bank. So, anyways, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. My thoughts and opinions about this device. If I'm going to score it, I'm going to score it a solid 10 out of 10. Just because, it's actually doing everything I want it to do. It performs just well. And even though it does have better specs than, considered better specs than the G Stylo and the Vault 2, sometimes that's never the case, especially with Chinese manufacturers. You can have 32 gig internal storage phone, and it still run like it only has 8 gigs. So really, it's just about build quality and just how they built this phone together. And I felt ZTE really did a great job putting this phone together, and they really put some thought into it. So it gets a solid 10 in my book. Definitely recommend for those out there that's looking to buy this device. So you can get it right now online for $179.99. If you've been with Boost Mobile longer than 60 days, you can get it for $100 off, which is $79.99. And if you're on Cricket or Metro and you're coming over to Boost Mobile and you're bringing your phone number with you, you can get it for $29.99. So that's $150 off. That's a pretty damn good deal. So anyways, guys, that's been the review of the ZTE Warp Elite, codename N9518. If you guys enjoyed this video, leave me a thumbs up. Don't forget to click that subscribe button if you have not. Share this on your social networks and follow me on mine. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for checking this one out. And again, bye.